Okay. Crunch. Squeak. Squeak. There we go. Tiny's helping. Helping. He's so tiny. Oh my god. Why are you so small? Weirdo. Here, go that way. Go play that way. This is a Zelda zone. Really is. Okay. Oh, and thank you for the host. Okay. And all is well with the world. Hey, what's up, Mikmo? How you doing, fam? I was going to do some sewing, and then I hit the, let's see what the queue's at, and it was like very small, and I'm like, oh, well, all right. The good news is that I do not have work tomorrow. So, 9 p.m. until whenever I get really tired, I will be just doing some sewing. So I'll be doing late night sewing tonight. I have... They're over there. I have buttons and a zipper now, so we could really get some shit going. So that'll be fun. Oh no, you got a crafting goof? Do tell. I know all about crafting goofs. And the problem solving to ungoof them. Wow. Nothing, my favorite goof is... My favorite... and my most notorious of goofs is when I am experimenting with something, but I have to make 2 of them, but I was experimenting with them. So you make one and you're like, this is perfect, excellent. We're all the way down to the end. And then you're like, wait, I have to make another one of these. I don't remember how I did the first one. Those are my favorite. Okay, so, what's in our inventory? The fuck is this? Oh, yes, probably should. Excellent. Manganese boots of the White Griffin. Excellent. So we're, making our way through this storyline. It, not slow, it's just a little, not nearly as exciting, adventure-wise, just story-wise. I'm like, lore. Oh, hey! These are also here. Let's see, what else? What else? Oh, no. Yeah, I had Shoebill up yesterday. Hold on, let me see. No, I did buy this fat cat. We could just have this fat cat exist here. You created this. You people created these things. I just started to get some paper to finish off this Christmas tree I'm working on, and I forgot to bring the material to work to finish it. And today's the last day of work, so even if I finish at home, I won't have any more work days before Christmas to display it. Aw, fart. Damn it. Aw. That sucks. Okay. A sentimental gift. You don't need to be an Entelechy to feel the weight bearing down on Hermes. Ho 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 ho! I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Make sure she... Medion, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I will stay with Zalora. Loath that I am to impose, may I leave Medion in your care again? I got this. I'm in your debt. If you'll excuse me. Zao. What? What? There's a game on Steam called This Pope Simulator. Oh my god. And I must make a request of thee. Oh my god. Okay. Yes. I kid. It's not Mimi at all. It's not Mimi at all? What do you mean it's not Mimi at all? It's called Pope Simulator. Hold up. Hold up. Pope Simulator. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Is this made by the people that make those fucking Modev? What else have they done? Okay. Not them. Wait, are they the same one? I guess the same fucking company. Alright. I thought it was the company that's been basically just shitting out sim games. Do you have a hamper pet where they just crank out simulator? Yeah. But also there's Pope, Power and Sin, where you play as a murderous Pope who killed the last Pope to become Pope. Oh my god. Oh yeah, no, this cat is the best. It is not a hamster, it is called Fat Cat. And it just like rolls over. It's great. Hey, as lovely as I'd like to see the other end of your chocobo's ass, I'm good, fam. What the fuck? Oh, that's why. Wait. Oh, what? Whose bird is this? Hey, look, Pope bird. Look, it's the Pope. Pope. Hamper. Hampter. It is a cat. It is indeed a cat. It's a very, very fat cat. What? It's got beans. It's so fat. It's so lovely. It is extremely, yeah, it is extremely hamster shape. This motherfucker has their Oshalotl, their fucking carbuncle, and their goddamn chocobo running around. God. Okay, well. Can you help me with something, Zalora? A meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creations in Opus. Most creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They are designated to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I will search for one. And I want you to search with me. Let's start here, at the 12 Wonders. Sweet. Let's go find a flower or two. It's not where we find flowers. Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hands adorn the tree. Oh, so big and bright. I love them. They might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said. Tall, slender tree stands before you. Crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If those were apples, we've covered them. We could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern. These would work better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine, though. Let's keep looking. Maybe we don't want to give this. God, it's awful. Centered on a trail thin on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations. Oh, a koinokon! A flower that can move. When Hermes isn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Laura, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. Despite nothing promising nearby, at best common-looking grass is a few tiny flowers. Nothing around here. Ah! Over there, Zalora. Something big. Huge. Okay. Wait, no, that is where... Oh, Jesus. Yep, that's a big huge, alright. Oh my god, it's absolutely abhorrent. A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the Morble-like creature before you. Dude, how did these end up down on Atheris? Like, for God's sake. It's an Adonis! The things around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Laura? Would he like it? No. That's probably not the good sort of memory. It's not this one either. Finding good flower is harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Zalora. But could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there? I'll pick something after that, I promise. It's like the closest we can get to one of these stupid things without them, like, attacking us. Which is fun, you can get a really good look at them. Ooh, their undulations are very bad. Nope. You know what? Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Aww, there's nothing. The shiny thing over there, what could it be? Popoto. That's a good name. Oh, Opus flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're enteleckies. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always bright, white and bright. Truly, the flower was dark in your home? Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion? I dare say I have a few. You don't have to say it. I can feel it's something you want to hide. But won't you lend it to me? The darkness inside you. That is the most Kingdom Hearts thing I've heard in a minute. I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know he isn't the only one. He isn't there alone. The others are sad too. Don't worry, babe. I can turn this shit into dust. Truly? You'll do it? Thank you, Zalora. Thank you. That means more than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. Very hard to do, like, stunted talk when I don't know. I don't know. I feel like even she would be able to, like, mimic talking and the way inflections go when you say things. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they're finished.
Hermes!
Oh, you were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
Hedgehog. Gotta go fast.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Alpes, or if you only did it at Meteion's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
I wonder. This is like one of the few times that it doesn't show what our own emotions are, only that we are feeling them. Like, as he said, I won't ask you. It's like, I won't ask you, and I'm like, even I don't know. It's interesting. I'll be snarky. He's like, oh, I could tell you all about suffering.
Lest you misunderstand, I derive no pleasure from your pain. It's just the fact that you are still here in spite of your suffering gives me heart. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters. Sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life.
Holy shit.
As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties. and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long.
Oh my god.
And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion. Let us head back.
All right.
Holy shit. The lore. Oh my god. Now we have so many possibilities. Are we gonna see Meteion in the future? Like, oh my god! An all too brief interlude. Perhaps it is time I attend to my next task. As Emmett Silk and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycanus. 7 were created for observation, and 7 must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycanus would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have their concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet, however the Bureau decides, the existing Lycanus have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry on the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let's be off then. We will return to the main aisle. Oh, heavy. There are so many quests. What the fuck? I want to do these side quests, but I'm also just like, I want to know more about the story. Ooh, Aether Current. Huh. Uh-oh. Doros, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4. The other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken into the air above the 12 wonders. Last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Zalora handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. This is how it must end, so be it. I will render assistance to Emmet Selk, unneeded though it is. Miton, you're to stay here with Doros.
But Hermes!
Lycanus must be recovered. Reverted. I would spare you their pain, and mine. This is my burden, not yours. If you are intent on helping, then please, follow my lead. I appreciate your help, and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry, within striking distance at present, but it feels threatened, and may flee beyond our reach. Here is my plan. You'll approach it slowly, in full view, and draw the Lycanus' attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. Oh, you didn't need to Benny me, my guy. Oh, that's what I need. I did not see the destination thing. Oops.
Now.
Huh. A good cane.
Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin Find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure. To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Fandaniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
Oh, that was emotional. Yo, I mean, so what the fuck? The other Lyconas have been taken care of. The incident is resolved, and life in Elpis continues as normal. Or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? Bro. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, I need to be level 87. Oh shit. I guess I should do a roulette? Uh-oh. I could do one of these side quests. Oh, this will do a... Oh, familiar creature. Oh, hi. We know that creature. Yeah, this should give us, yeah, this will give us enough to get to the next level. And it'll give us an aether current. My, what a familiar essence you have. That of a familiar, like that of a familiar. If you're familiar with the concept. That's a bad pun, and how dare you? Oh, just my little joke. Zora, was it? I am Hippothe. Hippotheo? Hippotho. Mew mew. Ah, yes, we're getting to that. Zora, say hello to our familiar friend here. She's an Allurios. The Allurii are one of our newest creations, highly attuned to abnormalities in their environment. At the first sign of danger, they sound the alarm, by which I mean mewl loudly. Though we do not our best to observe all our creations, Elpis is simply too large to maintain a constant vigil over each and every temperamental species. A more efficient means of detecting conflict between creatures was in order. Thus I have taken to this Aloris under my wing, to further develop her capabilities in this area, and she does enjoy our little walks. This evening we are testing her ability to pinpoint sites of conflict. Would you like to observe? Simply tell her that the task is begun, and she'll do her utmost to locate disruptive creatures. Please do so subtly and untruly subjects once you've found them. We can't have beasts running amok. Girl, Mew Mew. Follow the Aurus and try not to fall behind. Alright. We are indeed following a cat bat. Mew Mew. Mew Mew. God damn it. Fuck off. There we go. Mermew. The Ulysses alerts you to the two nearby creatures that are facing one another down and looks at you expectantly. Oh, well, I guess we have to, hey, break it up, you two. Oh. Merp. Zelda also likes to say merp. She seems quite content. But in the name of science, what were the results? As expected. Well done, little one. Magnificent creatures, the both of you. It's a shame we cannot give you a pair of tiny wings and a bell too, but it's against protocol, I'm afraid. The Alluri are enchanted with theirs at birth, so they are able to acclimate appropriately. I am certain you have your own unique potential to rise to. However, in fact, why not join us for another phase of testing? Another time. Amazing. It's so much smaller. Holy shit. It is so very tiny. Alright, well, we leveled up just enough to get on with it. Where to now? If there's anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused the position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will conduct myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist. Then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, Laura? Will you continue along with us? Yeah, sure. Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we must first head back towards the Anorisis. And I forgot to attune myself to that thing, so sadly I will have to go over here. Yep, I did not attune myself. 'Cause I'm an idiot. Dun 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 dun. From here, we follow the path northwards to Notonius. There we will find one of the news which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permissions, which I have previously been granted. We only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you'll be able to use it freely. Leave and use it freely. First-time travelers, freeze it. Shall we? Let me go attune to this bullshit before I continue in that direction. There's so many quests and quest bubbles. Look at that. Why is one so much smaller than the others? Why is one little quest bubble so small? There's so many. It's like, I can't even see the aetheryte. Oh, it's a gemstone trader. Wait. Still doesn't explain the small... Oh. I'm attuned? I'm attuned. Attuned? Yes. I'm attuned. Meow. Yeah, this whole all this shit got real heavy. Also, apparently, speaking of heavy, apparently, Oriange does not wear pants under that robe. Here we are. Notoneus. This news will take us to Kalimelios Zephyrius, the Western Island. See, it doesn't matter what language it is. I will fuck it up. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way, we will soon admire the view from above. It's an Aethernet crystal.
I present to you Kalimelios Zephyros.
Kalimelios Zephyros. I was very close. God, the fucking naming conventions is goddamn game.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos.
Poiton Oikos. Do I have to care about any of this? Only maybe a little bit? These names are fantastic.
Right then. Let's begin by... Well, well. An Arraius. How delightful.
Nereus. A shit cotton. Oh shit.
And what, pray tell, is that?
So offended are you? Whoa.
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept.
Walking
At
sharks.
first, they were largely orthodox. Consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight. Another, superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Whatever are you? Oh.
That was too close. Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Banar, that we should meet you here.
You stole Vanna's body, you horrible creature.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
Oh. That's right. These are all names given, like, Emmett Selk's name is Hades. And, Azem's name is Vanna.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmett Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Yes, dunking on him itself.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are?
Can you read thoughts? Oh god.
I say, have you perchance come from the future?
Oh shit. Also, I love that they just like stoop down to my level. Like, how dare you? Like, does this happen for everybody? Does every warrior life have to fucking deal with this?
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
Oh. It sounds rather like the blessing of light, if you ask me.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
So many fucking questions.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
But not impossible.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
Don't butterfly affect this. Ugh.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future.
I love how all of their eyes just glow. It's great.
Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
You've given me that look before. In the future. I super hate it. Fine.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest.
I really hate how he's like staring, everybody stares down at me. Like, it's so unnerving. Like, I feel like a child in trouble.
If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past.
No, she becomes. God. God. I need alcohol. This is making me sad and upset. I just want everybody to be happy.
It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. And quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
So have you heard of the so have you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV? Oh, is the new Matrix on HBO Max? Excellent. I've been meaning to watch it. Or I've wanted to watch it, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to go to the theater. By the way, new life hack. Although not a new life hack, but a life hack I think I'm gonna do for the rest of my life is going to see movies with closed captioning. Because holy shit, what a game changer! Going and seeing like a big giant screen movie thing with closed captioning. Holy God, it's good. Also, nobody else is in the fucking theater. It's wonderful. It's basically you get the whole theater yourself. We went and watched Spider-Man last Friday with like 5 other people in the theater. Maybe 7. It was like a handful of us. It was great. And like if you looked last Friday it was great. There was nobody there. Got sick on candy. It was amazing. My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept-engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Aureus made off with it. An Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted with that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There's no guarantee it hasn't dropped and stashed away the crystal you seek. Please. Even that would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land west of here. Okay. My thanks. There's a small bridge leading to Porteanokios. Porteanokios? Oikos. Poiten-oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. That's a Pokemon. That is a Pokemon. That right there, Pokemon. Did we go into the tree? No. Oh, found it. That most certainly is not what it was holding when it was running by, but okay. Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Ureus no longer had the crystal, nor was able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better? Actually, wouldn't you know it? A crystal! Well done! Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging in my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Traveling and searching go hand in hand. You travel often then, and so means we have something in common. Long ago when I held the seat of Azem, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest inquire my personal attention. Totally read that correctly. That is what brings me to Elpis. In fact, many times has my presence been requested. My opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is that one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? A past not yet come to pass. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'tis time I return this stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building, to the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put on some tea.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
We'll just go with this first one. It's probably the most accurate I can possibly go into. And they might know about what the final days could possibly be.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Yep, that's a lot. Honestly, any one of those answers would have been the same reaction. It's like, so you guys ended up with the final days and then summoned Zodiark. But then a bunch of other people summoned an opposition to Zodiark. And then more primals came after that, and 12,000 years later we have to leave the star again because the final days. Because oops, Fandaniel. Yep. Hydaelyn. Creation of Hydaelyn, which is probably going to be you. You fucking show up. Because of all of that. And it's very sad and tragic. You even showed us all of Amarot because it was, you know, you're so sad about all of this. So yeah, Fandaniel came and brought this all down. So whoever you pick for Fandaniel is gonna, well, the other guy you pick for Fandaniel is gonna fuck it up. So maybe don't pick that guy.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
He's like, this could happen.
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there
would
is
have been
the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future, whence she came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility.
It is also possible that this is just a loop. This is just a loop. This has already happened before. This is something that they have already seen before, and I have to go back and do it again. And again and again and again and again. And it just loops over and over and over until you know, everything ceases to be. Because that's the way time travel works. It's like it's the continuing loop. You have to loop it back around and around and around and around.
Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which she must return.
That too.
By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle. And we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any. But we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
It's possible that Zodiark was created, thus setting off an imbalance. And she's like, well, I gotta rebalance that. Because if I don't, it's gonna be bad. And if either one of us fucking dies, we need to have a fucking backup plan. Because it'll all go away again. I don't know. Hard to tell.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed.
The final days came before Zodiark, so...
And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman.
I did not describe you that way, and I know I didn't.
To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this Zodiark in the highest esteem.
And you did.
Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory.
You have not suffered great loss before, have you, boy? Boy.
Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable?
Your last words to me, dude. Say them. Come on. Do it.
Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren.
This music playing hurts so much. Like, oh my god. Fuck. I mean, you don't ever forsake your brethren. You fight all the way to the end, my guy.
You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett Selk! Wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
I think these top two, I think are the most correct. Like, I'm gonna go with this top one, just because I really want more of that. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be what's gonna save all of our asses.
Yes. The energy distinct from ether. Though not my field, I have a basic understanding of dynamis. And you say Hermes researched the phenomenon in the course of creating Meteon? Yes. I believe this warrants further investigation. With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. Now suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest. Have faith. If Emmett Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Oh, maybe they're saving that for later. Maybe like it's like, hey, dipshit. The last thing you fucking said to me was to remember all of you assholes. You guys are more important than you know, and you never forsake them. Any of them. Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. The man himself, I only know that which is common knowledge. Thus I suggest we fall back to the tried-and-true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here and can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteon, and I have a good idea of where we might begin. Not once, but twice in this entirety of being on this floating island hell here. Floating island of creation, truly. I've been dunked on for being a Lalafell. See you, the woman standing in front of yonder building. Her name is Mene. She's the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis, and from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. Questions? For me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. Well... Yes, let's ask some questions. Let's go. Greetings, Esmene. My friend here is just really curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you might indulge her. Certainly, Miss Vina. Anything to be of service? What do you wish to know? What are his interests? His interests. Well, he is an authority on flying life forms. He has an expansive knowledge of living creatures in general. Is that what you wish to know? How would you describe him as a person, as a colleague? Oh, he's a quiet man, reserved, you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. I hope that answers your question. Is there anything else? So how long has Medion been here? I cannot really say. As chief's personal creation, Medion has not been subject to observation and study like other concepts. So one day she was simply there, and she was simply there. What do you make of her abilities? I understand that she is highly unusual familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created in that talent. However, it is how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I cannot. I had not the occasion to discuss with Chief Hermes. Do you wish to know him better? The chief may not be the most gregarious individual, but he engages with us as necessary for anyone to perform their duties. I wouldn't want to intrude upon his privacy for the sake of curiosity. Though if you wish to learn more about Medion, you could simply try talking with Tiamios, another expert in the creation of flying concepts. He should be conducting his observations in the banks of the stream, somewhere in the east. Oh, and unless you take particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. I shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. Oh, think nothing of it. If there's aught else you'd need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Come, Zalora. I think we've taken enough of Ismene's time. Alright. Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers. If you could track down the colleague Ismene mentioned, while I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during the previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you've finished speaking with Tiamios. These motherfuckers look like they belong in Kingdom Hearts. Oh. Yes, I am, Tiamios. But please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. This one's loquacious, so we will try to keep these short. So, what is it you wish to speak to me about? What do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creatures? Chief Hermes' work. Worthy subject indeed. Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are an ever favorite of creators. Even now, so many varieties in existence. The flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets the chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundaries of sky in moments and without riding the currents. I know of none save who can conceive of such marvels, even we who prize elegance and form above all else, dumbfounded by his genius. Yeah, that's a lot. Medion too is a marvel? My opinion on the matter would be superficial at best. Despite my adoration for Medion as a concept, I have never derived deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know she has a gift of communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Medion's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny? Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, he came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice. It'd be a completely different story. Do you know of Dynamis and Entelechy, then? Dynamis and Entelechy? Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. There was not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other. It must have been centuries since I last heard anyone speak of centuries. God, these assholes can just live forever. Such things. There has been a resurgence in interest? Don't worry about it. Oh, then why do you bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you sought in my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now, I really must return to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to? Indeed. Back already? Oh, that was quick work. You were obviously clever enough to head off in that rambling and of any rambling is Mene mentioned. So, any new findings to share? Somewhat. I see even an expert in the field had little understanding of Medion's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Medion as his personal project, and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we were to reach any definitive conclusions. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the Entelechy which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I am inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the chief overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, there was aught else note you can tell me about Medion, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? They're off to go find other fucking stars like this one. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? Yeah, so apparently Medion's he's done this already, and there are others, and they're already out in into space. So these siblings of hers travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand... Remember what Livingway was telling us about how they had a few stars in mind of where to go? How would they know where to go? Unless something had been sent out there. You know, prior. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves into Perpetua crystalline, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. I like how she went absolutely east. Cats. Registrations for amphibious creatures have come to dominate of late, but felines remain as popular as ever. Speaking of felines, where are any of my cats? They have not bothered me at all. Zelda! You're not Zelda. How dare you? Why do you go around that way when there was like a clear path for you to go through this way, you weirdo? Okay, here. Hi, Nate. There you go, sweetheart. Take the treat. Take the treat. Nope, take the treat. Take the treat. Come on, honey. Don't lick the treat. Take the treat. Ah, there you go. Oh no, you dropped it in my sake cup, you weirdo. Oh, God damn it. Oh. You want another one? There you go. She's just a little tiny kitten, so she has to chew these. There you go. Alright, that's all the treats you guys get. Oh, that's disgusting. Can't drink that. Thanks. Thanks for that. My sweetheart. Oh, aren't you my most sweetest baby Zelda of ever? Yes. No. I know we can be friends if we have treats. That's right. Friends best of friends. Zelda and Kaini. Oh my god, eat the treat. Ah. Damn it. Like I have to shove the treat in Kaine's face in order for her to eat it. There you go. Alright. No more treats. Meh. Okay. This tower and the one further along. Did I read that right? This tower and the one further along are both part of Perpetua crystalline, the facility where they achieve all of Elpis' observations and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we're here, is it? I shall cut my ethereal lesson short and see that those two activists what those two activists have to share. If you could find someone to speak to over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. Oh, these are big ass towers, huh? Zelda. I guess this is like one of the few safe spaces that Zelda is like, you know what? No fight. Only treats. Oh, you have a question for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. These are not treats. These are plums. Indeed. So if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should have sufficient data for our official records. Plums. Yeah, I didn't think you would like that. Now, what is it you wish to speak to me about? The Chief Overseer's personal research project. By that I assume you mean Medion. Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trial by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Medion appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. He's like, no. Although I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galene shared with me. Galene is my partner and fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Medion heavensward. A host of them. For several days she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I would like. That sounds like a story I would like to hear. Mistress Vana, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to your concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me in asking the retelling of the sight which so delighted your Galene? Of course. If you would hear it from her lips directly, if you prefer. At present, she should be observing a subject at Metabasius Thalassii? Thalassii? She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. I must imagine you'll find similar joy indulging in your boundless curiosity, Miss Vana. Even though such pursuits must continually and gratefully delay return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well-deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we perspired for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as Azem. What would Elpis be without your early academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis of many technologies still in use today. Life is a wonder you will never know the answer. Yep. Indeed. Retreat. Ooh, stretching. Stretching, because you want a treat. Gotta go, but you have a nice stream. Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody the nature that is much enduring passion as you. I dare say that not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Builder. Yep. We shall take this opportunity to meet Galene in person. Galene? Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. They'll take you up to the Skyway, and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That'll be most helpful, thank you. I have opened a path to the Skyway. Once you pass the door, simply walk across to the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Once arriving at the upper tier, walk across the Skyway and you will find yourself at the entrance of Metabasius Thalassae. Ellen will be there to share your tale with you, I'm sure. Great. Let's go. Woohoo, look at that skybox. Wee-hoo. That's a skybox, all right. It's an MMO. I don't expect a lot. Mr. Svana, just passing through? Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two on the upper stairway. Skyway. We came from over there, by the way. Like, way the fuck over there. Look at this fucking pompadour. Glorious. Mr. Savannah, I was not told to expect... we have prepared an official... We would have done an official welcome. Oh, please, there's no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galene, if that might be arranged. Ah, yes, Galene, of course. I will inform her immediately. Ah, but she may be engaged with the testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let you know your business is urgent? Oh, that won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she's ready to receive us.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place? I swear I could hear the glimmer in your eyes and the adoration in your voice. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans.
So there's this detective, right? He's kind of a bumbling idiot, but boy howdy.
But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
So this one time we dunked on Thancred really good, right?
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart.
Only 12,000 years. Don't worry about it.
Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true, and a presence without, immense yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating, how keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful.
I can see how she becomes Heidelin, like, immediately.
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people, beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Pray forgive my lateness.
Oh, fuck. Wow, fuck. Oh, I hate this. Oh, they're really gonna keep our fourth person perspective out of the loop, aren't they? Damn it. Fuck.
My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone. Like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up. Then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Metea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Though I have an idea that she understands that, yes, our journey has been very, very good and wonderful. So, another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've gathered thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his project research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason to suspect the former, we should consider the latter more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next leap should be to divine way, or if ever he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. What? Oh. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to divine why, or even if, he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. What the hell? That's cute. Is this everything? Oh, I still have the necklace. It is interesting. These gloves are very interesting. Very bird-like. Okay. I should like to visit the site from which Hermes sent forth the media. Media. If we are fortunate, we might find some hint at what drives this research of his. Elaine said she spotted them in the southeast, rising from an isle she could see from the edge. If we stand at that same vantage point, it should not prove too difficult to locate the isle in question. Let's take a look, shall we? About the same amount of distance. Lahi. Yeah, what do you want to bet it's this one? Exactly that one. What do you want to bet? Bet you $100. Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go? Ah, what about that one? Have you means to fly? 'Tis quite a distance away. I don't have the Aether Shards yet. Okay. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. Ah, to me, Argos. My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry Zalora here over to that island? Stubborn creature. There is no place in this great star we have not traveled together, and yet he remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argos is rather extracting standards, I'm afraid. Ah, that's crazy because I know an Argos in the future. Very friendly. What? You've ridden before? Ah, you're before meaning my after, not confusing and all that. Interesting. 'Tis truly not unthinkable. Loops. We're looping. We're always looping. But speaking of the here and now, the solution is quick for us to face off in a sparring match. What? Demonstrate to him that you're capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos that you're worthy of his back. And besides, it might even teach him a thing or two. I might even teach you a thing or two in the bargain. What? You seem doubtful, but useful us or not, it will certainly be a moment to remember, a memory of the distant past to cherish. Oh, stretches! Oh, stretches. Good stretches. All right. Oh, stretches. What do you say, traveler out of time? And if this memory turns out to be a bad one, I know, I'm like, oh, it's up to you, isn't it? A loss would sting, and you had better win. Shit. Shall we again? Be warned, I'll not go easy on you. I'm going to die, aren't I?
Let neither side hold back.
Okay, ideally, I wasn't paying attention. Hold on. Yeah, I was not paying attention. Oops.
Let neither side hold back.
That guy's name was Fish.
Let neither side hold back. My blade sings!
Oh no! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna need to do this very easy because I'm a white mage.
Let neither side hold back. My blade sings!
Shit. Shit.
My blade sings! Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean?
No quarter. Have a taste.
Ow. I'm in trouble.
I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
Sure do hate this a lot. True stone. Just cast stone at me. Sure do hate this.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, wait, hold on. Cast. Okay, great. Perfect. Nope, I'm gonna die. What do you cast stone?
We've only just begun. Come at me with your all.
Ow.
Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, fuck. This is gonna suck, huh? Oh, fuck. I don't know holy anymore. Oh, God. Fuck, why? Up.
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will.
I'm in danger!
You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough.
Holy shit. I did that on very easy. I was still like, fuck.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azem when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, her strength was astounding.
What if I told you I was like in my 20s canonically?
As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
I'm like, whoa.
Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you. A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
So I've done this before. Oh god, it just loops. It just loops. Argos will soon have us standing on the very spot where Midia made their departure into the night sky. With luck, we will learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is to find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion. We might have Hermes and his considerable experience working for us, rather than against us. Flower upon your return. Let's move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argus to catch the currents rising from below and give us a smooth ride over to the isle. Yeah, see, this person's name is Fish Fish. Fish Fish? Oh, Aether Current. Argos mentions his back with his muzzle. You've been given the go-ahead to hop on. Let's go. Oh, she does side saddle. Isn't this pleasant? Argos certainly seems to think so. I just typed aloud to Fish Fish. I'm like, oh, hey, Fish Fish. Now, what was the name of that tree? Something. Ah! Neotopepharon. Quite a striking specimen, is it not? Oh, we don't call it that. No more? Noetopherion. Huh. So yeah, Fish said back, it's like, ah, you know it. Brace yourself for the landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last moment.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
Yes, actually, it's called the Echo. It's a thing. It's actually part of, like, your gift to me, technically.
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you.
Oh, this is just something
Come and
you
stand
fucking know how to
before
do.
me.
This is your, like, special ability.
There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory.
Oh, yeah, that usually happens to me.
The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories
done
are
that
etched
sometimes.
upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness. Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all, and I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteon, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet, learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them?
Oh.
Rather than food, perhaps... a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
Holy shit.
So, what is your opinion?
I don't think you would wish for that. He wants more from life. Ever curious for more.
I'm
and
inclined
more.
to agree. As we had suspected, the two are somehow involved. Yet 'tis difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution.
What if that makes... What if that's exactly what he wants? To
Then it is
prevent from
settled.
creation...
Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness.
What if Hermes' actual desire is... Because, like, the entirety of the final days is that the creation magic ceased to happen. Wouldn't Hermes want that more than anything? So telling him is like, hey, so the final days, and this is what happens, he'd be like, oh yeah, I'll totally help you guys prevent that from happening, and totally make it happen anyway. We're looping. We're always looping.
'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
Mayhap this is all supposed to happen. And history is not going to change its course because I'm here. There are any number of places where Hermes might be an Elpis. What we could do worse than to look in Criticis Hyperborealia, the largest facility. It stands in Ethos Telecos Boreas, the Northern Isle. I wonder, Laura, for an institution which claims to studiously research every species destined to release into the New World, did you question how they find room for all of them on so few islands? The answer lies within Ctissus itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where a vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environs. 'Tis there, within those sprawling habitats, that the chief overseer and most of the ellipse observers conduct their bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via the News north of Potin Oikos. Oh boy. Names and things. Ah, good. The news acknowledged you as my guest. You should have now the authority to use it as you wish. Good. As for the way to Ctissus Hyperborealia, we follow this path, then turn left at the crossroads. Oh, by the way, I do plan on doing... Oh, that's a chicken. I do plan on doing the Christmas, celestial Christmas stuff. Either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Well, I haven't decided which. Holy shit, this place is huge. What the fuck? Here we are, the grandest research facility in Elpis. We should head inside and ask after Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered. Ah. It's probably, yep, thought so. Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies into Dynamis, as well as creation of Medion, are entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down the apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious Emmett Selk. Really? According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents and the funnel days, but they were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hythlodae's sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation to the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we failed to perceive it. And with whatever fits that description is the invisible, intangible Dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes in his role as Fandaniel not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew and wasn't able to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this conjecture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, Convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practicing perceiving truth that would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end. Of that, I am certain. Mayhap not, but mayhap he accidentally causes the end of days. Seems there is more to the tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. Oh, Zelda, you're so beautiful. Zelda, she's the most beautiful Zelda. Comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. It is time we brought Hermes to the fold, as it were. Thank you for understanding. Tsundere, save your thanks. I did not say believe your ridiculous story. But, as Emmett Selk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. Oh, it's a big yawn. Holy shit. Headlight is just like... You. Do not approach me, do not speak to me, and do not dare presume to treat me as a friend. I am merely carrying out my duty. Tsundere. I think the time for leisurely exploration is past. If I might have a moment to adjust my vision. Ah, there he is, on the next tile over. Medion is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Straight ahead down the path, we can teleport to Missiopolis Erios from the device on the bottom of the slope. Wait. They are close by, within the Hungering Gardens. That would be the circular enclosure you see up just ahead. Well then, Zalora, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out here to us. If I were to go, I would assume I was only there to press him on the Van Daniel matter. All of us present, you stand the best chance at convincing him to set aside his work for the moment. But the Creatians are not exactly... and again, perhaps Zora can handle him. She did survive a bout with Vanad, after all. Off you go to find Hermes, but do be prepared to come to blows with the garden's denizens. Oh boy. Alright, hold on. This is a pretty good, way to stop and pet my cat. Pet my cat once more. Yay, Zelda. Ooh. Nope, that's exactly enough pets before she's... Oh, nope, already started biting. Ooh. Ooh, stretches. Big stretches. Okay, this is the time of the night where I'm going to finally say goodnight, and then we'll continue this tomorrow. I see you guys. Well, this will continue tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful night. If you're going to stop off here.